the link?
Good, because I started the stream already.
Okay, cool.
I can't give you the link until I don't know how to get the link until the stream actually starts. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'm
Yeah, I know. I
extremely
know that.
I'm extremely professional. Here you go. Here's this. Do we love Sega? There's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
It involves both tuning in and waiting until we get through the pre-stream. Can anyone survive such a task?
I don't know.
If so, I think it is our noble viewers for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, I have just posted the thing on my thing.
Okay,
I am
reposted the thing, and I am ready to totally kick ass at this here video game. You know what I didn't do was cue up the music.
okay.
One moment while I do that.
All right, and I will. While you're doing that, I will let the viewers know that on this map of Next Station Paris, we are trying to get at least 6 of the overpasses crossed at least once and connect all 8 monuments. So let's see how. And of course, the card that came up first is the one that would give me double moves if it always does this to spite us.
Yeah, Spite's. I mean, Spite's the thing that makes the world go around. Did they change the UI on this a little bit? They added some symbology to the objective cards.
They sure did. Yeah, I noticed that. They now have like one's called a high jump and one is called.
Actually, these are new.
Marathon.
These are objectives we've never seen before too.
Huh.
Okay, touch all the monuments. Do at least one line on 6 different overhead crossings. I can do that. That's easy.
All right.
That's easy, she says, then hesitates. I'm not sure. What do I do?
You're gonna do the same thing I did. Yep, I knew it.
Well,
copycat.
I mean,
I see how it is.
I drew the second line first. Let's just see what your brilliant plan is for that one. Hot shot. Oh, okay. You did a baffling thing.
It did do a different thing
instead of like the good thing.
Interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I would. The good thing is how I would characterize what you did, but okay.
No, that makes sense because you have had a lot of trouble scoring well traditionally, and that sort of explains
it. Is this the energy we have today? Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. It is bad. It is troublesome.
Yeah.
Is this music too loud?
No, I can't actually hear
no,
the
it
music,
is not. So. Yeah, I know you can't. I'm sorry. I didn't bother to hook that up. Listen, we're already. It's a lot going. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. All right, let's connect through here. Just add a couple of districts to our setup.
Okay.
Should I? So obviously, like, I want to be going to these left corners, right? The left corners are very juicy right now. We haven't drawn either of the pentagons.
Huh.
I think I'm gonna.
That's interesting.
I might pass here. Well, I guess like the pentagon draw is it's no worse from here.
Yeah. I mean, I'd appreciate it if you passed. So you know.
Okay, then we draw the pentagon. That's fine. So, if we could pull triangle now. Ah, shoot. Well, that's no good. All right, it's fine.
I guess I'm getting that triangle. Which, okay, let's me choose a station. Okay, so what one am I going to... what do we have left? Just triangles?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay.
In fact, just triangle singular.
No, Okay. Oh no, I misunderstood that. Okay.
You having some difficulty over there?
I'm having some difficulty over here.
Okay.
That's alright. That's alright. I'm gonna do okay.
So yeah, touching all eight of the monuments is an interesting logistical challenge.
Yeah, it's a trouble.
Getting to the far corners, also always a challenge. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Folks is streaming in. We're gonna be doing some Sega stuff today. I got strong feelings about Sega. You got strong feelings about Sega, but
So let me tell you, sweetheart.
hold on now.
What?
That's a yes or no question for the moment. We're not talking about Sega yet. We're in the pre-stream.
Oh, okay. I do and I don't, I guess. Is my answer.
Okay, all right. This is the ordeal for the viewers. They have to survive the pre-stream to get to the the hot contents.
I am creating suspense.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Am I
What?
ever gonna be? Oh no. I think that these are it's a challenging pair of objectives. Not that either one of them is super hard individually, but together they make me want to play in challenging ways. Is how I'm gonna play.
Yeah. Okay, well this one is pretty cool. Okay, I can
All right, yeah, I definitely need to make full use of this.
I can do this to go to the square, to go to
And so this is the white monument and wild. So we still have the blue one that we're guaranteed to draw at some point, which is helpful.
yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's not bad. Okay.
Okay, and hey, this actually works out okay for me. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way, it's safer. I don't want to close off that over there, but I do want to do this thing.
So we don't have any pentagons left, so I'm gonna have to do a thing here. So this has got to touch this corner because I'll never be able to hit this corner otherwise. And then with the bonus off of this, we can make the other corner happen. This is a big one. So we go to a monument. From there, we go to anywhere. That's points. That triggers this, so I get a couple of free moves. And like the question is, do we? No, there's no question. We take our free moves to go up to this corner, which then gives us railway switch and free entry. And we, I think, draw from the center to this square here with that.
Okay.
Because that gives me whatever the next draw is, I can push the monument from there. And that gives me the double cross on this too, which doesn't help our objectives, but it's just like points, you know. Oh, what an interesting time to draw the railway switch, which I forgot we had not yet drawn. You know what? I'll spider out and grab another district because we still have a card left. Actually, maybe I should have run this. That was silly. Okay, let me take our triangle, our final thing here. Double cross this cross.
Okay, halfway through, how are you doing on monuments, sweetie?
I'm 6 of 8.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
7 of 8, so I'm keeping pace.
Unfortunately, the top one of the ones I don't have yet is the top right monument, which is really far from the remaining start points.
Oh, yeah, that's not.
But that's okay. I don't need to I don't need to be good at games. Here's the thing about being good at games.
I've noticed.
Ouch.
Hold
on. I got to recover from that. Oh, they really got me. No, the thing about being good at games is that it's, you know, I'm not so insecure in my life that I have to have skill at things or demonstrate it compulsively for strangers on the internet all the time.
Oh, that was
That'd be really sad.
I did a dumb move. Okay.
Okay.
Good to know.
I think it's fairly important that we do this. And then the question is, like, where do we take the wild from here? Because it's not impossible that I could make it to this corner again. Right? If we maybe, like, draw the wild to there, and then I could try to cross. That's pretty sketchy. Which is not to say I'm not going to try it, but it's pretty sketchy. Well, you know, when life hands you pentagons, you make... The implication there is you make pentagonade?
Yeah, famously.
When life hands you pentagons, make pentagrenades.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, don't do that. No. Okay, wait. Hang on. I can do...
It's like 5 grenades. Why wouldn't you do that? Actually, I guess this is probably... Yeah, this is probably the sensible thing to do. Okay, so... Triangle. Look at that. Look at that shit. It's actually going to work. That doesn't seem right. I shouldn't be allowed to get away with that. So we have white circle here. We're guaranteed to draw square pentagon, and there might be an extra square in the mix.
Yeah.
I wonder if I need to, because I need to get one more of these bridges crossed, and I wanted to hit this here, but I'm wondering if I need to take the crossing instead. I mean, it's 10 points either way, right? Like, you can finish your objective is 10 points. This is the right thing to do, probably. Let's just hit that last monument, check marks, and then actually I still get to do the thing because now we get the double free entry.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like draw this. And there we go. That's 2 objectives cleared.
Okay, I've also just cleared my second objective, so...
Congratulations.
I'm way behind you in points, but I did do the objectives. Doesn't that make me the real winner?
I think so. I think that is how the game works. I think you've won.
Yeah.
So part of me wants to connect to the monument here. I think I should probably just touch center, because that's obviously, like, it's very easy to make the center a quadruple connect. Been playing without my scorecard up.
Oh, I can take no actions on the first one.
Actual same. So this is the thing that happens with green sometimes, because the triangles are across so many crosses, and particularly this one I always have trouble with. If you draw the easy overhead from the center to the bottom left here, it cuts off that triangle. So I think then you have to not draw the other overhead. And I always do it. I'm always like, actually, fuck this. Yeah, no, I need a square extremely badly, or else I don't get to play the video game. The board game. You know what I mean.
I know.
Well, I'm glad that I accomplished all my missions with the 3rd line, because my 4th line is going to go nowhere and be worth no points. That's the brilliant decision that I made.
I have managed to... Okay. Can I do anything with this?
There's a square. There's a square somewhere. So this, like, what I should do, the smart thing to do would be to just get myself out of here, right? To just bail. Take the wild, go to square, and then I can make it to center and do other stuff. But I really want to be greedy and hit this corner for a 3rd time.
Yeah, no, I get that.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to leave. Let's give ourselves an opening. Okay, and then we draw a square right afterward anyway. Well, it turns out I get everything I wanted. All right, there's that connection. So got the quadruple. What's the high score today? 269. You know what I'm not going to get?
269?
A fucking 269. Who are these people? So what's left? There's a white wild, white triangle, and the other pentagon.
Through this real quick.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the highest scores I've ever had. So for me, this is
Good job, sweetie.
pretty good. Yeah, I don't feel. Here's the thing. People often ask me, like, what's it like having an amazing professional gamer girlfriend? And it's like, well, I lose a lot. But.
I believe that. I believe people say that.
But. That's okay. Because I am improving and enjoying myself.
So if I run this.
I usually come in second.
If I run this up to here. Well, we play a lot of 2-player games, so.
But also, okay.
I love you.
Well, you do.
Triangle, wild, pentagon. So if I go here and we draw the pentagon immediately, then I will be sad, I guess. We drew triangle, which is the best possible outcome, actually. And now if we could just get that wild before the pentagon, I could do some pretty decent scoring. Unfortunately, I won't be able to hit the square in the corner. I could maybe have optimized for ability to do that and still like hit this monument off of the extra movement.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it feels like this is a must, right? And then we go here because we're about to draw a pentagon, and that's going to give me another. The individual line scoring for this line is a little goofy. It's a lot of touching stuff. It's like I have like 3 different districts in which I'm touching 3 stations. But overall, that's a 227. And I feel like pretty good about a 227.
Yeah, you're in top 20 there, sweetheart. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I took some ridiculous gambles there, and some of them paid off.
All right.
This is Amabel's board. This is how Amabel did. 192. Mm-hmm. Very solid. Very solid. I touched the 2 free lines corner with 3 different colors.
Oh, awesome.
I think that helped a lot.
Oh, for sure. All right. And hey, we have some people in the chat. We have some comments.
Yeah, it's some stuff going on. Just feel free to police that stuff.
Yeah, sure. Lazuli's strongest Sega feeling is how good the Genesis controller felt. All right.
I had this goofy custom. Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. There is the classic debate in the 90s in the US was which of the 2 most marketed 16-bit systems, Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis, were the better system. I believe what I heard was that a Genesis does what Nintendo don't, but I don't know. I mostly play Super Nintendo myself. Like I play a lot of Nintendo.
Well, let me ask you this. How did you process your blasts?
I wasn't really very blast focused.
Okay, all right.
It really, I dealt more with like processing blasts after transition.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you feel like your 16-bit gaming days had enough tood? Because I was led to believe that if you did not have a Sega Genesis, you were gonna come in pretty light on the tood. Okay, I can't find a picture of this, and I don't remember what it was called, but I had oh, never mind, I found one.
Okay.
Okay, friends, this is incredible. Just gonna slap this up here very professionally. I had this thing.
What?
So.
What on earth?
So here's the thing. The fancy Sega controllers had an extra row of buttons. Like, basically, specifically because you couldn't play Street Fighter right on a Genesis controller. The Super NES was pushing it, right? Because you have 4 face buttons and you have the 2 shoulders, and that kind of makes 6 buttons, but it's weird for Roundhouse and Heavy Punch to be on the control, be on the shoulders. So they were selling like a bunch of just normal ass Sega controllers just with a second row of buttons above the normal row of buttons. But this thing, the Capcom Pad Soldier MD, has this grip where like, so you hold the left part almost like it's a joystick, and then the right part you hold kind of like a bit of a traditional Sega controller. I think my guess is that if I tried to operate one of these today, I would find like in my giant fucking hands, I would find it impossible to operate. This is really a thing built for a child's grip.
So I had the NES as a kid. Around the time the SNES came out is when I got an NES.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually my family got the Super Nintendo and then the Sega Genesis. And I definitely liked the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo better. My brothers liked the Sega Genesis better. I think because the games we had for Sega Genesis were not always the greatest. Like that hedgehog, he is too fast for me.
Sure.
And Comic Zone is a terrible game. And I think those were pretty much it. No, we had Echo the Dolphin. Also not great. Like, I had a lot of, like, bad experiences with the Sega that I didn't... Well, no, because with the Nintendo, there was a lot of shovelware for that, too. A lot of games that kind of sucked. But I don't... Maybe it's nostalgia glasses. I don't remember it having as many disappointments. So...
Interesting. Lol Rakowski in the chat says, "Imagine playing Mortal Kombat with the green blood. Couldn't be me." I don't remember green blood. I remember that the version of Mortal Kombat that my cousin had like sort of a grayish brown would fly off of people. That it looked like you were punching sweat off of them more than blood. I want to say that was a Super Nintendo, maybe the Super Nintendo version of Mortal Kombat 1, something like that.
Probably.
Because classically, Nintendo, very like, you can't punch the blood out of people, which made it like very bizarre in the N64 and later eras when they started licensing all the weird hyper-violent games, Mad World and whatnot. Anyway, we're actually going to be playing. I'm going to play my favorite Sega game here. So let me stop the stream music so that I can launch this. There is some chance that when I do this, the stream is going to freak the fuck out. So apologies.
Can I guess what the game is?
Part of the reason that we're starting later than usual is because I was having a hell of a time even getting this to run, and then once I got it to run, it was also destroying my video driver. I think I did all the things that are necessary for this to function as a grown-up game, and I will be feeding you this Amabel.
Okay, let me get my...
Send this across so that you
I can watch the thing, yeah.
Yes, so you can enjoy it with everybody else.
Oh, okay, so this probably isn't Columns. This isn't Columns 2, which is what I thought it was going to be.
Columns 2 is an illusion. Columns 2 never existed, and you can't prove that there was ever a second Columns game. I have the Sega, the Genesis and Genesis and Mega Drive collection on Steam. And even that doesn't have any evidence that there was a Columns 2. It does have Columns 3 in it.
Okay.
There's no evidence of a Columns 2. So this is Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, as the guy just said. This is the best Sega game. This is my favorite kart racer. There are a lot of Sonic racing games at this point. they've released like 3, maybe more than that since this game came out. But this is the good shit right here.
GP, select a cup.
So
Dragon Cup. Choose your difficulty.
I'm just gonna like pick a thing here. I haven't played this game in a little while, and I'm probably gonna be really rusty,
A-class.
and I'm probably gonna get horribly embarrassed. So here's the character select screen here in Sega and Sonic All Stars, Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing Transform.
Okay.
So it's got your Sonic characters, of course, your Tails, your Knuckles, your Ii, famous Sonic the Hedgehog character Ii. But you also got a bunch of Sega classics, like just sort of general Sega-owned properties such as Beat, Wreck-It Ralph, real-life actual human Danica Patrick for some reason, 3 of the characters from Team Fortress.
Okay.
My point is, it's something of a mess. The guy from the Football Manager covers.
So the person I don't see Alex Kidd.
You do see Alex Kidd. He is
Okay, where's Alex Kidd?
Bam, Alex Kidd. Got him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He's in there.
And I don't see Ristar.
Ristar is the Lakitu of this game. He holds the flag.
What? Okay.
He's race crew. He doesn't actually drive a car.
Does Lakitu hold flags in a game?
Yeah, in some Mario Kart, he's like he's the one who's holding the little light, and you press the thing for the boost. So we're gonna start. I don't know, BD Joe's pretty good. I remember enjoying BD
Mario
Joe.
Kart. I don't.
You never played Mario Kart? All right. Well, this is
I don't.
This is gonna be a trip for you. So part of the thing with this game is that every car has like a bunch of different modes, and you can see they affect the different stats of the thing.
Okay.
We're gonna go balanced. I haven't played the game in forever, and I don't think I'm good enough to play with the low acceleration, high top speed character. I guess what this does is it moves a point from speed to handling. I'm still gonna do that. We're still gonna do that. So it's a kart racer. You're familiar with the idea of a kart racer and what separates it from a normal racing game, right?
I know they exist, and people complain about shells.
Okay, the shells are the thing, more or less. So kart racers, generally, they have physically impossible tracks. The track design gets pretty wild, and they have weaponry. You are trying to race, but also to kill your opponents with missiles and shit, or shells, as the case may be. Look, it's Ristar. Look at him.
Yay!
What a hero. So I donked my start there pretty bad.
Is this a crazy taxi?
This is one of the crazy taxi fellows, yes. So this is a little intense, and I apologize for the degree to which my commentary is going to suffer.
You're fine. I can just... Okay, so I see you're driving around. Here's the thing about racing games.
Yeah, tell me.
I don't understand why people like to watch cars go around and around.
Well, hopefully you'll understand why this is fun to watch, at least. Hopefully this is fun to watch, I guess is what I mean.
Yeah, well, I was
fucking
though,
blowfish.
if NASCAR races had more of this stuff, I probably would enjoy them more.
So this is the second one of these, second in a series. Okay, we're going all-star mode. I'm just gonna freak the fuck out and become unstoppable and kill everybody with my horn.
Alright.
This is a very powerful power-up that I got access to because I was doing badly. There's a certain amount of sort of like rubber band catch-up mechanics in these games, where the further back you are in the pack, the better your power-ups are likely to be.
Yeah. No, that makes... I'm familiar with the concept of rubber banding.
So what you're about to see right here is why they call this one transformed, because every car has car mode, but also boat mode, and also an aerial mode. And over the course of the race, the tracks change from lap to lap.
Okay.
And you will I, honest to God, very nearly said almost often find yourself engaging in water sports, and I want you to know that the restraint it took to hesitate before still saying it anyway was truly tremendous. You beat... Oh, I almost got him. So yeah, that's like what a race of that looks like. I did bad. But that's all right. It's not one track. We're doing a Grand Prix here. So you can see everybody has been awarded points based on their placements. There's 4 races. I got time to catch up. We're gonna be okay.
Is that what a Grand Prix is?
That's what a Grand Prix is in kart racing game terms.
Okay.
You can see you level up your characters, and leveling them up earns the different modes for them. All my characters are leveled all the way to hell, because when I was playing this game, I got super into it and played it for like 250 hours.
Okay.
And so the tracks here, of course, are based on your famous Sega properties. Your Samba de Amigo in this case.
I've never heard of this.
And of course, Samba is a playable character.
2, 1, go!
Hey, look at that. I actually got a little bit of a boost start that time. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Samba de Amigo, it's a pretty wild game that was sold on the Sega Genesis. And it's a rhythm game, and you played it with a custom maraca controller.
Okay.
It is a monkeys and maracas based game. Ow, that Alex Kidd hit me with a tornado, as he often does.
Yeah. I mean,
Famously, that's his deal.
I mean, is it?
Yeah.
I thought his deal was being in kind of crappy platformers without any creativity or life to them.
You can have more than one deal.
Okay. Do you want to hear my least favorite part of the Alex Kidd games?
Sure.
So there are boss fights in it. Mm-hmm. And the way the boss fights work is you play rock, paper, scissors. And that determines if you lose your life or defeat the boss.
Okay, sure. As it should. Jeez, I am all over the track here. Maybe I should play a character who's a little bit more, like, good at driving. BD Joe is good at fast, and that is not the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see there's like boosts all over the track and stuff. So driving on or through these purple things gives you a considerable speed boost. Also, I am drifting through these turns.
Okay.
Which gives you a speed boost. Also, there are items that give you speed boosts, and this game has actually quite a complicated system. We'll talk about it a little bit. But it has this weird, like, 5-stage boost system. You can see the, oh god, Sky Tigers. You can see the color of the little lights at the back of my car, indicating how much boost I have at any moment. Alright, third place.
I think you're saying this has a complicated system is like the most used thing I've ever heard you say.
Fuck off, Alex Kidd. Alright, I murdered Alex Kidd with an explosive.
Good.
And then I was in turn murdered.
It's important that you murder a child.
Because violence begets violence, and that's the most important lesson of Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. Also, Dr. Eggman has gone All-Star. Similarly important lesson. Oh my god, I am just getting manhandled here. This dude has a firework, and he's waiting until he can hit me with it. And I don't care for that. Alright, we're in second place. Things are going pretty well. Is it obvious to you that things are going well? Does it look like I'm going well?
It's a lot to kind of parse at, at once.
Yeah.
So I guess I would ask you.
It does not have Garfield. I can't watch the comments very much, but I saw that. This is not... Garfield is not in this game. He has his own wacky kart racer, which is the joke that person was making.
Oh, okay. So what I will ask you is, this has things that are different about it, like the transforming vehicles
Yeah.
and a complicated boost system.
Yeah.
But what are the features of it that, if I knew about other kart racers, I would recognize here? Just like the power up, the rubber banding, or what?
Yeah, the power ups, the rubber banding, the wild track design that is often physically impossible and requires you to do crazy things, and the idea of boost is common in these games. No other game does it quite the way this one does. But the idea that you can like get boost by drifting through turns is very common in these games. The idea of there being like boost pads on certain places in the map, which incentivizes people to drive there and thus to trap those places, that kind of stuff. That's common to these games. I'm gonna move on here to the next one, Carrier Zone. Disregard this bonus chance stuff. The Afterburner themed stage. Afterburner, brilliant Sega property.
What's Afterburner?
It's a brilliant Sega property. Amabel.
Can you be more specific?
I mean, you're looking at it. This is Afterburner.
Okay, but is that the game?
Yeah, it's a game.
No, is that the gameplay? Like, what's the game?
You fly a jet around, and you do whack jet things.
Okay.
You shoot it.
How
You
was I
shoot
gonna
it
know that until you told me.
by playing Afterburner like a grown-up. I'll tell you what. No, kids are not playing Afterburner. Afterburner's some shit from our childhoods.
Not for mine.
So yeah, we can fly. Obviously, that's very important. I got this firework. With Vice's name all over it. Take that.
Nope, not says that if you could play Georgie from Roundabout, it would be over for everyone else. That is true.
That is true, yeah, for sure.
I would love to see.
Giorgio is unstoppable. Her spirit is indomitable. And she's a lesbian. Lesbians are just better drivers. That's proven fact.
That's I love our people, but that's not really true.
No, it's gay men who are bad drivers. Lesbians are great.
What?
Amabel, you drive me places all the time, and I haven't died during that process even once.
That's true.
And you're the biggest lesbian I know.
That's fair.
I mean, unless we're talking about physical size, in which case I think I'm the biggest lesbian I know. My controls are all reversed. So one thing I really like about this game is the power-up design. You have heard people complain about shells, right? In particular, you have heard people complain, I imagine, about the blue shell.
Maybe. I don't really pay attention.
Well, the blue shell...
I don't have context,
Yeah, the blue shell is often felt to be a frustrating element of the Mario Kart games. It is a power-up that you are more likely to get the further you are back, and it specifically seeks out the player in first place and ruins their shit and just completely destroys them. And it can be very frustrating to play really well. Oh no, I overcut the turn. It can be really frustrating to play really well and be doing a great job and be punished for it in that way and lose the race because of it, which you often will, because the blue shell really fucks your shit up.
So the strat is to always aim for like second place and then pull ahead right at the end.
Yeah, well, but you have to be
that?
careful about that because the blue shell is like a thermonuclear weapon, and it will take out the player in second place sometimes as well. You really gotta give the guy in first some breathing room.
How do you feel about that kind of rubber banding mechanic, like the turn order mechanic in Power Grid, for example?
I am not I understand the value of a good catch-up mechanic, but you'll be shocked to hear that I don't really think it's great for the person who plays the best to lose. I think that is broadly a bad thing. Oh, what's up, nerds? So yeah, this is one of the reasons that kind of stuff. Like, and you have the red shells, which are homing shells, which you shoot it and it seeks out the person in front of you and ruins their day. And the critical thing about the Mario Kart power-ups, and they've been working on this a little bit, It's less true in the later games. But the critical thing about a lot of the Mario Kart power-ups is there isn't a ton of counterplay. It's like if the guy behind you gets a red shell, oops, you got hit through no fault of your own. And like in Mario Kart 8, there are more things you can do. There are certain kinds of items you can hold that will make things, that will give you some counterplay. And of course there is the old standby of just like hold your green shell behind you or whatever. But this game, I feel like the power-ups have a lot more counterplay built into them. You'll notice when I'm being shot at from behind, I get a notifier at the bottom of my screen, a little red circle indicating, hey, a projectile's coming up. And if I manage to activate a boost in any way during the period where that circle is flashing when the thing is really close to me, then the projectile loses track of me and goes to hit the person in front of me instead.
Okay. I have an important question.
This game's equivalent of the blue shell, the crazy track hornets, lays down a bunch of giant hornets on the track in front of the first player, which is still it's a thing targeted at the first player that is more likely to harm them than anyone else, but they can still avoid it through smart driving if they're careful.
Okay.
See, I just did that boost escape there, and that remote went and hit the guy in front of me instead.
Okay, yeah. What is a Panzer Dragoon?
Panzer Dragoon is a Sega property. It's like a rail shooter kind of thing where you ride a dragon and shoot magic at people. I never played a Panzer Dragoon game.
What's a rail
But
shooter?
the launch title for the Saturn was a Panzer Dragoon game that I think was very well liked. It was held up as like one of the best games of the generation. Rail shooter's like a shooter where you're on rails? Sometimes I feel like you know the answer to the questions you're asking me.
Like on rails, like
Okay. Amabel, I am like trying to play a game right now. You can only
okay, I'm sorry.
you could probably think through this question using your knowledge of the English language.
Yo, hurry up, man!
Is it like typing at the dead? Is that a rail shooter?
Next question.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm getting hit by absolutely everything. This is again a part of the thing with a kart racer. Sometimes the violence is everywhere and all consuming.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Nick, for explaining.
Yeah, if y'all want to help me out in chat with her questions, that would be lovely because I'm trying to focus a little bit. I'm trying to be here and present to host, but also
I understand. I'm not trying to distract you from your victory, which I believe in with all my heart.
oh god. So the parsability of this. Talk to me about how hard it is to watch this.
It's not the most confusing thing I've seen you play, but it certainly it's a lot and it's moving very quickly, and it makes me a little motion sick.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
That's okay. You don't need to be sorry about the fact that I'm a giant pig. Oh, cool. Cool bees.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm not, like, I can parse, like, that the arrows make you go, boom. You know. Hey, you're in court? Okay, just again. But you can do this.
Yo, I'm the best.
Oof. Okay, a fourth place finish. So I was in first in overall points, and I think fourth is high enough that nobody could catch me.
Alright, let's see how this went.
I was ahead. I think I was ahead by 4 points. Okay. Woo! 32 to
Yeah.
31.
And hey, you are definitely first in my heart in any case.
I do appreciate
So
that.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Is the last race worth the same number of points as the other races?
Yeah.
This seems to be common, and because I remember we were watching some pig racing,
Yeah.
and like at a certain point, the who was going to win the league was pretty determined.
So these
Because-
are of course these classic Sega characters. Beady Joe, Beat, and whatever the fuck the villain from Nights into Dreams is called.
I don't know any of these people.
Select a cup.
It is a little upsetting to me that you're not familiar with Jet Grand Radio, because that game's wonderful. I'm just gonna keep playing this. Let's keep talking
Okay.
and everything, and
Okay. Well, again, the deep Amabel lore is after the Sega Genesis, I did not play video games again
Character
for the Sega and
select.
Super Nintendo until the PlayStation 3 came out. So that whole generation of games, I mostly have just never engaged with.
this is Gilius, the dwarf from Golden Axe. I bet you didn't know that the dwarf from Golden Axe has a name. He does,
No, I
and
did
it's
not know that.
Gilius.
Julius.
Okay.
So he's pretty fast. Again, a character who's much better at fast than he is at driving.
I mean, that feels right for
If
you.
you put him in speed mode, he only has one handling. That's a little scary.
Or
Let's,
is it a lot of fun?
let's try acceleration focus here, because his base acceleration is extremely low.
Acceleration.
So every character has, they have the 3 different modes of their vehicle, which I think is like part of the fun of the game is just seeing what all their shit transforms into.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh, that makes sense.
super Monkey Ball themed track, which you are of course familiar with via Smite's Arcade Pit.
Yes, that I know about.
So check out my awesome turtle.
That's pretty good. It's a robot turtle.
Sort of.
Or cyborg? Like, what's the deal with this turtle?
I don't know. Listen, I don't know a lot about the Golden Axe like deep lore.
No, I would. Who would? No one would. Person
Some-
who wrote it wouldn't even know.
Somebody knew that this guy's name was Gilius. Somebody at Sega headquarters knew that much. Oh god, the violence. There's something to be said for taking like a different path than a lot of other people take,
Yeah.
just so that there's fewer projectiles flying past your head all the time.
Now, is this a common feature of these kart racers having these branching paths? Because most races I'm familiar with in the world don't do that.
Yeah, you rarely see that in Formula One.
Yeah.
So you'll notice I can do like flips and stuff. I'll come back to your question in a second. I'm not ignoring you, but you'll notice I sometimes do flips and stuff like when I go off of a thing. If you do a cool trick, if you do a roll or a flip or whatever, and you actually land, you get a speed boost.
Okay.
You get 1 level of boost.
Great combo.
I like how happy the dwarf is.
Yeah, he loves it when you murder people. That's kind of his whole deal. Oh god, look at all the monkey balls in the distance.
So I have,
So branching paths.
yeah.
Yeah, quite common, I think. Like the progenitor really of the jeez. That's a brutal place for a hornet. I mean the progenitor, right? The sort of like the game of the genre is Mario Kart, right? And where Mario Kart goes, the rest of them follow. And there have been branching paths in Mario Kart since the very first one, I think, and like some of the ghost houses and stuff.
Okay.
Thanks, Knuckles. I can't tell if that was trash talk or not.
turns out Knuckles just really bad at trash talk.
Transform boost.
Oh, he's bad at everything else. Makes sense.
He's like Andy Bogart, who just, he potties you. He's like, "Are you okay?"
It really depends how deep in the Sonic fandom lore you are, right? Because like, there are some people who think Sonic has one tone, and some people who think it has a very different tone, and
yeah. So I would say I'm not very deep in the Sonic lore, and like when I started like running into people on the internet who were just a couple years younger than me, and like they had a lot to say to me about Sonic the Hedgehog and their OCs, and
I got some blue potion there.
I don't know. I don't see that much fanfic about Mario. That's all I'm saying.
Alright. I don't know if you saw, I got some blue potion, then I killed everybody ahead of me with lightning throwing axes. Very straight Gilius style.
You did a great job. Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes.
This is the guy from Golden Axe.
It is, yeah.
Hence
the blue potion.
Okay, is there any of the guys from Altered Beast?
No.
That feels like an oversight, right?
I mean, there's only so much room, and you got to make sure you get Danica Patrick in there. So,
But then it'd be like, power up.
it will never stop blowing my mind that Danica Patrick is in this game for some reason.
Yeah, so she's a real life driver lady, you said.
Yeah, she's an actual NASCAR, like stock car racing human.
Get ready.
Okay.
3,
I don't know why Sega felt they needed the imprimatur of Danica Patrick, but she is in the game, and I believe she does voice herself.
ice.
Do you think it's possible that Sega is a sponsor of her NASCAR car? They have a lot of sponsors.
It's a great
for those,
question.
right?
It's a great question. I have no idea.
Firework.
Okay, so this is like a Star Road type track, a very classic thing in the genre. You got a sort of an outer space themed dealie here, where you are driving on a road that has no sides, and it's very easy to fall off.
See, this feels more Monkey Ball to me.
Sure, I can see that.
So I have another question. I'm sorry, I have so many questions. But so this is like what if Mario Kart but Sonic and with this extra stuff?
Yeah, very much so.
Have they done that for like is there a Sonic Sega version of the Smash Bros? Is there a Sonic party?
I mean Sonic is in Smash Brothers.
Oh.
That's how they handled that. Was they just put him in the Nintendo one.
All right.
Twister.
I don't think there was ever a. Oh, jeez. I don't think there was ever a Sonic Mario Party. I'm gonna get crushed by the ceiling.
Firework.
But definitely other franchises. Like I said, this is a genre where there's been a lot of these kinds of games across various IPs. People trying to cash in on the concept because it is like a very obvious thing to do, right?
Yeah.
They suck. Mostly they suck a bunch.
Yeah.
There was a real period there. I want to say like late PS1 through the PS2 era, where everybody was doing this shit. There was the famous Garfield kart racer. There was another Garfield kart racer much more recently as well. Oh no!
There was Wacky Racers.
Yeah, there was a Wacky Races themed one, which is it sort of makes sense, but it's also sort of insane that Hanna-Barbera thought anyone knew about Wacky Races at all, let alone cared about it enough for that to be like a selling point.
Yeah.
So one thing that is pretty unusual, pretty unique to this game is the All-Star power-up. You are hearing occasionally the announcer shout that someone has gone All-Star. Oh no! I tried to do a little snake there, and I did not successful. The All-Star power-up is a little bit different for everybody, and when you go All-Star, basically like it's like the Mario Kart Star power-up in that it makes you invincible, it makes you real fast, but also it kind of fucks up your handling. It's very easy to like crash into stuff.
Okay, but you get your game on, you go play.
But you also get you get some of your character's game's music playing that everybody gets to hear. You get a little snippet of your game's music, and you gain an attack of some kind that is unique to your character. So that's like when I all-starred on the last track. That was when I got the blue potion bottles, which in Golden Axe give you infinite magic, and then I was able to use Gilius's magic spell for the duration to throw lightning axes at people. All right, we're in third place, 1 point behind, 2 people tied for first. This is an acceptable position.
Yeah.
And one of the things you'll see the racers rated on when we're looking at the different cars is it rates how good their all-star mode is. Because like if you saw when I was BD Joe, his all-star attack is just he honks his horn real loud and it hits everybody who's like within 3 feet of him. That's a pretty whack power-up, actually. It's almost never useful. But this Axes thing is bananas. I mean, it's Axes, but you know, the Axes are bananas.
No, I got that.
Figured.
Yeah.
What if I just drove worse than anyone has ever driven before as a strategy?
Keep people on their toes.
I got too greedy. Every stunt that you do in the air gets you a point of boost up to a maximum of 3. So you really want to do a triple flip if you have the time. I had time for 2.75-ish flips there. Hey. So you want to hear me explain the boost system now?
Yes. I would love nothing more.
Okay, so you see when I'm drifting, if I press against the drift, so like if I start drifting rightward and then hold left, I skid kind of sideways, right? You're seeing the car skid sideways a lot. When we're doing the sideways skid, I am generating boosts. You see the sparks accumulating. I can store up to 3 levels of drift by doing that for long enough. And if you're really canny, you can perform a maneuver called snaking, where you switch sides without losing your accumulation like I just did there, which is usually necessary if you're going to try to build up to 3 levels. Because there's very few turns, like individual turns in the game, that are long enough to build up 3 levels of boost. You can also get boost from lots of other things, like doing a trick, and items and track boosts and whatever, but you can accumulate a maximum of 3 levels of boost from any individual source. However, cars can get up to boost 6, where you are incredibly fast for just a couple of seconds, and the flames coming off of your car are extremely long and dramatic. Damn it. And so in order to hit boost 6, you have to combine boost from at least 3 different sources simultaneously.
Okay.
So like, did you see there that level 3 boost I got really got me the hell out of there. These hedgehogs. I'm not really sure why they have to drive cars. It feels like Sonic and, well, maybe not Shadow. I don't actually know if Shadow's fast. I know he loves guns. But Sonic, at the very least, it feels like he should be able to run. But I guess then he wouldn't be able to participate in the flying segments. Probably.
You know, I assume. So I've only actually seen gameplay of Shadow the Hedgehog once. It was a cutscene actually, but it was a cutscene that was edited to be a meme, and Sonic and Shadow were running at the same pace. So I'm assuming.
Okay. I know which one you're talking about. Oh god. I don't know where that guy is. I do not want to get all-starred right now, please. Sonic, fuck off. I hit both of the guys in front of me, but instead of hitting them each once, if I had hit Alex Kidd twice, I think I would have gotten ahead of him.
Was there a Nicktoons racing game, or was that my fever dream?
No, I believe there is a Nicktoons kart racer. Yeah. Nickelodeon has definitely gotten in on like a lot of the IP video game trends. There was a Nicktoons like co-op beat 'em up game. There was a Nicktoons Smash Brothers thing.
So, I don't. Okay,
What?
So there's like 3 levels to this punchline, which
Okay.
is a unique toilet trap that only affects Garrett. That started with someone saying that diagonal movement is faster, just like in Thief. And I would love to. And then Andra says, "I would love to see a Garrett cart."
2, 1.
And then Nope Nah said, "Unique toilet trap that only affects Garrett," which is like. I don't know. I really appreciate that. It's like that's a joke specifically about the time you were playing the game and got stuck in a toilet. And I don't know. I like that there's in joke for like the 20 people that saw that episode.
Listen, the thief.
Actually,
Oh, Jesus Christ! This hawk is drunk. Okay, all right. Fuck. All right, I'm fine.
I actually don't see a lot. I haven't seen a lot of the flying compared to the ground stuff and the
Yeah, well, there aren't as many.
boat stuff.
There aren't as many Sega properties where you fly. This, of course, is a Skies of Arcadia themed track, so there's going to be quite a lot of flying on it.
What is Skies of Arcadia?
It's Amabel, how have you never heard of any video game? Skies of Arcadia is an air-themed based, an airship-based sort of like strategy RPG
Okay.
from the Dreamcast. Is one of the most beloved Sega games of all time.
I've never played a Dreamcast, so I have no way of.
Okay, but like I still know about things I haven't played. You know? That's all I'm saying. Fuck you, Sonic the Hedgehog. At this point, I'm just relentlessly bullying Sonic. I'm not even driving in the most useful way to me. I'm just hurting Sonic.
I mean, no, that deserves that.
Okay, so the handling on the air version of this cart is a fucking nightmare. Oh god.
Oh no.
I think I was robbed there. I was in the circle.
Oh yes. I'm sorry. There's a comment from Nick.
Yeah.
Amabel is a young soul. She hasn't heard of anything that came out before Plants vs. Zombies. I don't know how to process
Oh
it.
god, the bridge! I am doing so badly here.
It's entertaining to watch you do badly, though.
Okay, good. I hope that's true. I hope people are having fun and not being frustrated by my lack of competence. So yeah, the entire last lap of this track is in flight mode. With all of the depth charges that the Arcadian ships would deploy against each other. Except they're not depth, they're altitude charges. I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
I never played Skies of Arcadia, to be clear. So,
we do have a kudos for your playing.
why?
In the chat. Because we get to see all the obstacles very closely.
Alright, okay, fair. How about this? How about 100 lightning axes for everyone? Sonic the Hedgehog, taste lightning axe. Alright, I blue potioned my way to 6th place.
Alright.
That's pretty bad. We're not going to win the Grand Prix. But yeah, I really love the variety of tracks and how wild and difficult they get. Now, 2nd place.
Second's not bad.
2nd is Amabel. Have you ever seen Talladega Nights?
I have seen that.
Okay, then you already know what I'm about to say. Which is all of the abusive things that his father said to him in that movie. I internalized all of them unironically. And I live my life according to his credo. Here's the thing. Gilius doesn't know how to fucking drive a Magic Ram car.
No.
I'm blaming Gilius on that one. That's a Gilius
fair.
problem.
Emerald Cup. Choose your difficulty.
So we're gonna do this Emerald Cup, and we're gonna step it up a little bit. We're gonna pick my actual favorite character. Are you ready?
Okay.
Who's my actual favorite character? Is it Knights?
Is it
Where
Danica Patrick?
where the guy from Knights is the car, not driving the car? Check that shit out.
That's pretty good.
Is it Dr. Robotnik, going by his ridiculous alias, Dr. Eggman? Is it Ulala?
I don't even know who that is.
No, it is the Sega Dreamcast VMU
Ages.
plugged into a variety of classic Sega arcade games. Yeah, let's go balanced. So yeah, this car, Ages, which is Sega backwards, is literally the Dreamcast VMU. You will see it transform into various things. It's the car from shoot, what is the old Sega stock car racing game?
I don't know. Also, what's a VMU?
Right, I forgot. Sorry. So here's a Knights theme stage. Lots of flying on this one.
Ready.
Also the jet from Space Harrier, or from Afterburner rather.
Is the game you're thinking of Sega Rally? Andrew suggests?
Maybe. So on this one, just as in Knights, there's all these rings, and it's good to go through the rings. This is a little tricky.
Is that what you do in
Knights is
Okay.
fucking terrifying, by the way. I don't know if you've ever, in case you're not familiar with sort of the vibe of Knights.
No, I'm not.
Here's some shit. We're gonna go through this portal. Here's some more Knight stuff. This is happening now. I don't know who hit me with that, but I am getting revenge on everyone.
That does sound like your MO.
Stunt failed.
And here you see the boat mode is the Sega Dreamcast controller.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Having some minor issues with the steering, where I'm bad at it.
And you wonder why I've never let you drive the car.
I don't know. I told you when we met that it would be a profoundly bad idea to let me drive. No, I mean, damn it. Stupid living clock or whatever it is from Knights. I don't know. I think I'm an okay driver. It just stresses me the hell out.
I know, sweetheart. I'm just razzing you a
Oh
little.
god, oh god, oh god.
Because that's what you need right now.
Yeah. What I need is stress
Yeah.
and to be relentlessly kneecapped in chat, which I assume people are doing.
No, everyone's being really. They're just commenting on that this track looks like a nightmare,
Yep.
essentially.
Yeah, Nights into Dreams. It takes place in the realm of dreams. Some real Alice in Wonderland shit happening here. We're following that person? Question mark? Through the walls and whatnot. I don't actually know the story of Nights into Dreams. I had the Nights game for the Wii, and in my experience, playing it does not help with understanding it.
Okay.
Well, I hit Dr. Robotnik as hard as anyone's ever hit anything there, and I feel good about that at least.
You mean Dr. Eggman?
I don't.
Sweetheart,
Yeah?
why are you detonating him?
Amabel?
Yeah.
Evo Robotnik is not a person and cannot be detonated.
Wait, his first name is Evo?
Yeah.
Okay, that's...
Check this out. Fucking hunter-killer missiles. Seek and destroy. That's all-star mode for this particular cart. Here, this is happening. This is like some Star Fox shit.
What's a Star Fox? No, I know what Star Fox is.
I think that's the boss of Knights up ahead, taunting us and saying cruel things to our imaginations. With his many, many hands, he visits you in the night in your bed, and I guess you can imagine what happens from there. Games for children.
Yeah.
That was pretty sick, right?
Yeah. So someone is saying that you don't see any kneecapping in here, and they're arguing about whether or not you have knees. I'm not sure why.
I have an undisclosed but positive whole integer number of knees.
Yeah.
And I think that's really all we need to say about that. Look
Yeah.
at that. First place finish
Good job.
by 0.06 seconds. Joe Musashi, of course. One of the greatest
Okay.
drivers in the Sega canon. That's the Shinobi.
Oh, okay. I just know him as the Shinobi. I didn't really. I'm not up on my Shinobi lore.
All right, are you ready for this? Here's the real Sega heads deep cut.
Okay.
This stage is based on Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.
That one I've heard of.
How have you heard of that
Oh,
one?
I have.
Okay, all right.
3, 2, 1, go!
Amabel, you're stressing me out.
What is Billy? What is this?
It's a game about a boy who is a chicken man and the giant egg that he is required by law to roll around everywhere with him. I don't know. I never played it. It looks insane. Robotnik, do not. Okay, good. Good boy, Robotnik. So, like another element of the flipping and rolling is that I don't know if you can tell, but you can actually significantly adjust your heading with the side rolls. So
Okay.
sometimes they have a real utility. I love the way it makes the loading successful noise from the VMU when you hit people with the weapons while you're in boat mode. This is a delightful vehicle. Absolutely my favorite.
Transform boost.
Shit. Fuck. Also. Shit. That's a really tough turn.
Yeah.
I don't know how hard I'm making this look. It's actually very difficult.
It looks difficult.
Okay. You know, sometimes somebody plays a difficult game and it just looks like they're stupid. And I've definitely been that person before.
Yeah.
I have been that girl, but oh no, hornets.
Whoa.
So this the Sega Rally game has a bunch of like, you know, digitized voice lines. They're supposed to be like your pit captain talking to you. And while we're in car mode, you will hear them play. Like when you crash into something, he'll do the "Are you all right?" This particular vehicle is just like a bunch of layered Sega Easter eggs in a game that's all about Sega Easter eggs.
Okay.
8th place, you're really killing it. Which is
Do you
absolutely.
get bonus points for hitting the sides? Do that a lot.
Now, when you say points, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel alive
Well, that's the most
in
important.
a Jimmy Cash kind of way, you know.
I don't know what Jimmy Cash is.
Amabel.
What?
Sometimes you say things to upset me, and I know that that's what's happening. Did I say Jimmy Cash? Johnny Cash.
Oh, I know Johnny Cash.
You know what I meant. Come on now.
No, I didn't.
It is time to afterburn. It's time to
Okay.
shoot the monkey from Super Monkey Ball with heat-seeking missiles until such time as he is dead. Video games.
Oh, good job dodging that
The blowfish.
fish thing.
That was a cunningly placed blowfish. The S curve at the end of this race is absolutely brutal. I'm not at all sure how to handle that. I think I should be braking considerably going into the first turn and then trying to drift through the rest of it. But that's really harsh. All right. So it's kind of just like me, Tails, and Joe Musashi up at the top, and everybody else is
Yeah.
riding pretty far back. Here we go to Graffiti City.
All right.
Can you guess this one?
Is it from that game with the forklift?
Jet Set Radio.
Okay.
Jet Grind Radio in the NTSC. Jet Set Radio in the PAL regions. Which is why I always say Jet Grind Radio, because that's what it was on my Dreamcast when I was a young, 14, whatever. When I was a teenager. It feels like a game that I played when I was much younger than I must have been. Listen, here's the thing about linear time.
Yeah.
It's fake.
No, that makes sense.
The crew chief needs to shut up about the slipping and sliding. I'm doing my level fucking best out here. The football manager's got a remote, and as soon as I get in front of him, he's going to hit me with it. Oh, he missed! Sucker!
Yeah.
Alright, that's great news, because that means it hit Knuckles as well. Alright, so I'm trying to bank drift across this entire curve here. Alright. I feel like we're getting the All-Star a lot, and I am fine with that. It's the only way I have a chance of staying in these races, apparently.
Yeah.
Because I forgot how difficult this game was. Thanks for the great combo, even though I completely crashed into the... Oh, God. Completely slammed into the wall there and everything. The game still gave me the boost, as though I did a good job. I think that was pity boost, mostly.
Kaku police just joined the party. Love.
So do you know about Jet Ride Radio?
I don't. You want to tell me about it?
It's a game about being a graffiti hooligan in a made-up Japanese city because the police are everywhere and the world is full of corruption and hatred. But graffiti hooliganism is the only thing that can stop the man from... Oh my god! Fucking... the only thing that can stop the man from destroying love and good music.
Okay.
It has one of the greatest Sega soundtracks of all time, for sure. The song we're hearing now is a shortened mix of one of the more iconic songs. All part of the plan, all part of the plan, all part of the plan. Yeah, I was trying to dump that remote, but I couldn't get the boost to work out timing wise. Woo! All right, that was pretty lucky. He shot a snowball backwards and hit us, but he did it right as I hit the boost pad, and so it kind of canceled out the loss of momentum.
Okay.
Results.
I'm gonna need you to keep the energy going here in the conversation
Okay.
and stuff, because I am really having a hard time with this game. Turns out to be quite difficult. That said, I am
in first place.
Yeah, I am crushing it points wise now. I don't know what happened. I think the people who were second and third finished really badly in that race.
Yeah.
So we have like a 6-point lead now. I could come in like 7th place and still get first. So maybe I'll turn up the difficulty. We're playing on the second highest difficulty here. Are there any questions from the chat or anything? Any
Yeah.
opinions
Why
that
doesn't
need to be...
F1 have a track like this one?
One. Go.
I don't know.
Firework.
Yeah, I'm not. There haven't been any new. Yeah, if you have questions for me to ask her, it makes my job a lot easier. You have any questions? This is your chance. So let's.
Blowfish.
So what would you say is your favorite Sega game? This one, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
This is my favorite. Like, well, okay. So here's the thing. There's a lot of good Sega games, and it depends on what you mean by Sega game, because what qualifies somebody as a Sega All-Star to appear in this game, I think, is whether their game was developed in-house at Sega. But like, you could also be talking about Sega published games, right? In which case, at this point, Sega publishes a lot of the good PC strategy games on the market, right?
Okay.
Sega owns both Creative Assembly and Amplitude, my two favorite computer strategy game studios.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess I meant more like Sega in-house development. Oh no.
What's up?
Oh no. Someone is asking about someone's asking about what do you think of restrictions based on player SNIL? And someone's asking what is SNIL.
Well, congratulations, Amabel. You've infected the discourse. You did it.
Seeing as how we are on a Sonic level, was Sonic ever your jam? Have you ever tried Sonic the Hedgehog game?
Yeah. When I was really young, not really young. When I was pretty young, Sonic 2 was like the coolest shit in the universe to me. I had already sort of aged out of some of that by the time Sonic 3 came out, so I don't actually... I've never even played Sonic 3 like to completion. I don't know all the levels in it. But Sonic 2, I could still probably run through that pretty cleanly. I know a lot of those levels like the back of my hand.
Okay.
So that's my era of Sonic. Before, in Sonic 3 they redrew the sprite, right? And I don't know.
I don't know.
It didn't like kill the characterization or the attitude, but I do feel like it changed it some. And my Sonic is the really old one.
That makes sense. Oh, you know what I'm surprised they haven't done yet? Maybe they have. Maybe someone can correct me here. But I'm surprised there hasn't been like an old Sonic, the way there's an old Snake.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Oh, there is.
Oh no, wait, sorry. You mean the way there's an old Snake? You mean like a Sonic the Hedgehog who's like 90?
Yeah.
Okay. No, yeah, I don't think that's a thing. We're turning the difficulty up for sure.
Someone's asking if the original Sonic and Knuckles cartridge was a dumb gimmick or a cool way to replace Sonic 1 and 2.
So I did do that. I did play through Sonic 2 several times as Knuckles. I think that it is a dumb gimmick and a cool way to replay Sonic 1 and 2, and I really think that it's very funny that that like sort of open look at this. This is beautiful. The open the top and put the cartridge into the top of the other cartridge mechanic was also how the Sega Game Genie worked. So if you had a Game Genie, particularly if you had a 32X, and then you had your Game Genie plugged into your 32X, and then you had your Sonic and Knuckles cart plugged into your Game Genie, and then you had Sonic 2 plugged into your Sonic and Knuckles cart, the stack of objects on top of your Genesis would be like 4 feet tall. And I just always found that delightful. I don't have anything like meaningful to say about it.
Yeah, no, that makes some sense.
All right, who's ready to see? This is the last one. This is the last set. Boy, do I want to turn up the difficulty now? These are actually really hard tracks.
What's the most
Let's do it.
underappreciated deep cut Sega game, and why is it Chakan the Forever Man?
Chakan the Forever Man is definitely something. That's pretty cool. Ryo Hazuki, right?
What?
Ryo Hazuki, right? For the last one?
I don't know who that is.
The Shenmue man. We were talking about this the other day. I know you don't have any
right,
personal
yeah.
familiarity with Shenmue.
Okay, well, I've never played the Shenmue.
But this is him.
He drives a car, not a forklift.
Well, he drives the outrun machine that you can play in Shenmue.
Okay.
I don't want one point of acceleration, I guess. Yeah, all right. Top speed, let's do it. Speed. Because one of the things about Shenmue is that while you are supposed to be looking for your father's killer, you can like stop off and play a variety of arcade machines. This is the Curian Mansion from House of the Dead.
Okay.
You see some classic House of the Dead critters in this one, with a very fun remix of some House of the Dead music.
I've seen a long play of House of the Dead, so this I'm familiar with.
Don't go middle. Middle's not one of the ways you can go. All right, I'm relearning the tracks. It's been a while. All right, generally speaking, you're not supposed to drive arcade cabinets up staircases, so I'm pretty ill-suited to what the environs actually. Horrifying giant spider, right? Cool. Here's the Gargoyle Man. Here's me shooting Alex Kidd in the ass with some magic ice. Here's a super hang-on machine.
Alright.
I like the way they all have the screens, so you can tell Rio's not paying any attention to the race at all, which helps explain my driving.
Yeah.
And then the Phoenix Mirror for the transformation sequences, of course. As any real Shenmue head would recognize, no doubt.
So a question for you. Did you have a learning to type game that you really liked?
So I'm assuming that this question is cutting to Typing of the Dead. And listen, Typing of the Dead's fucking fantastic. No two ways about that. I was more in the sort of Mavis Beacon teaches typing kind of era. And that Mavis Beacon's like fine.
Yeah.
We didn't really have good typing games when I was a kid, I guess is what I'm saying.
I had a Mario teaches typing game, which was
Even
also
worse.
bad.
Yeah.
But, you know, I did learn to type. Like, I guess it did what I was supposed to do, right? Like, I played a lot of number munchers. I never learned math. But I learned how to type.
But see, Number Munchers I actually enjoyed.
Yeah.
But I also didn't need it. I was already very good at math.
Now, did you like word munchers?
Yes. Also that. Here's the thing. I don't want to like get into a whole thing about this, but I was. Never mind. You know what? Never mind.
What? Okay.
You know, I was one of those kids. I was.
Okay.
I was one of those kids.
You were one of those kids.
I'm still one of those kids in many ways. I'm having such a hard time getting any speed going here. Everybody's
Yeah.
hitting me with everything, and it feels very sad. I'm going to place 10th in the first race.
They're being really mean to you.
They are being really mean to me.
Just be nice to my sweetie.
I shouldn't have gone for the third roll. That was greedy.
Well, maybe you'll fan out this time.
I got it.
You do this.
Restrain yourself. There's the zombies playing a cool rock quartet. Oh, All-Star mode.
All right.
This is where we become the Afterburner jet with forklifts swimming around us to destroy enemies who come too close. It is actually a pretty whack All-Star mode.
Now, Shenmue was
But it
like
does make you fast.
like a serious game, right?
You know, I mean, like I said, you're supposed to be tracking your father's killer or whatever. You do spend a lot of time dicking around on arcade machines and like buying capsule toys and feeding a cat. And just kind of like walking up to strangers on the street and being like, hey, have you seen Londi? Do you know where I could find a man with a Chinese costume? Where's the barber shop? Do you know any sailors? Oh, this next stage is rad, though.
Okay. I do see a skeleton on the
You
horizon.
see the giant skeleton, so that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the Golden Axe themed stage.
Okay.
Look
see,
at
what I
that
just
shit.
was-
It's amazing.
What I just was wondering was like, if like, how did the creators of Shenmue feel about the forklift as a attack? Like, I wonder how it would feel to have your work recontextualized in this way. You know? You in
Yeah.
on the joke?
Yeah, I definitely don't think that the forklift stuff was meant to be a joke, and it comes mostly from people getting stuck in the forklift sequence, because you don't need to be driving the forklift for all that long in the game, really. But it's very easy to not trigger the thing that's supposed to cause one of the events on one of the nights in the forklift part of the story. Because they tell you to, you know, you're supposed to be moving boxes from one warehouse to another. And they just tell you to do that, and they give you a little map. And if you take the most efficient route from one warehouse to another, you don't hit the trigger point that launches the event. You have to take a slightly worse route. And I think it's just the developers didn't realize that it was not the right, you know, they...
Yeah.
But that's why the meme happens, because some people, anybody who's doing even a pretty good job of forklifting, runs into this problem where it seems like the forklift part of the game is interminable because they're not hitting the trigger point for the event. Shouldn't have gone for that. I don't know if you saw there, but I did manage to get up to I believe a tier 5 boost for a moment there.
Okay.
Had a very dramatic, like, jets of fire with rings around them coming out of the back of the arcade machine.
Nick has a question for you.
Yeah.
La Mulana.
La Mulana, question mark? I have played a small amount of La Mulana. So one of my best friends, a guy who has been one of my best friends for a very long time and who is currently my roommate, absolutely loves La Mulana. He is one of the biggest La Mulana nerds you could ever hope to meet, and he has motivated me to try it several times. I bounced off of it more or less. You know what it is for me? I think I would really like the weird, obscure puzzle stuff that I hear is in it, but what I really have trouble with is the jump. And I understand why it works the way it works, but it is not awesome to play.
So I have no context for this, but what I'm hearing is that I shouldn't ask you. I should ask him.
Yeah, if you want to know, Amabel, you personally want to know more about La Mulana, Jeff would be the right person to ask.
Yeah, can you please explain this to me?
Nick, if you want to know more about La Mulana, I could give you Jeff's Discord information. Jeff is some kind of expert. I don't know. I still think that it's the kind of thing that maybe we'll get to on the channel.
Okay. Nick says he booted up La Mulana, jumped once, and never played it again. So
the jump feels really bad, and it's on purpose, and it's tight like that because they want to have very like regimented movement, right? In like a very old school Tomb Raider kind of way. And I can respect that, because that way you can use the movement as an element in puzzles. But it does feel really bad.
Okay, I've never played Tomb Raider. How does that...
Well, in the original Tomb Raider games, the movement is very sort of like tightly quantized, I guess I want to say. You have a variety of moves, side steps and side jumps and backflips and rolls and stuff that move you like very precise amounts in certain directions. It doesn't feel smooth at all, but it means that you can discuss the movement based puzzling, which is really what the game is all about, in very oh no, what a bad time for somebody to hit me with a thing. Oh, that sucks. You can discuss the crossing the rooms in terms of moves very cleanly, because you're going to hit certain points. I like it a lot. I think it's actually a really, really cool design, and I know that they made the movement a lot more like modern and fluid and free in the modern, not the reboot. Obviously, that's a whole different game, but they did a remaster of the old games. Em was telling me about this. And it kind of ruins the traversal because it's way easier to get yourself into a position or an angle where you just can't make a jump.
Oh.
It's because all those areas were designed for that very specific move set, right? So they know the places you can be, and they can design the obstacles with your movement options in mind from there.
What is Burning Rangers?
Burning Rangers is a deeply insane firefighting game, I believe. It's like what if firefighting was Super Sentai kind of vibes.
Okay. Oh, we have a comment. Someone says that they're absolutely enjoying our Disco Elysium series.
Thank you very much.
Keep up the great work. That's really nice.
Yeah, very kind.
Thank you very much.
I think Amabel in particular needs a little bit of reinforcement. She gets a little worried about like the games where she's driving in particular. So if y'all have kind things to say, please don't hold back.
Yeah, okay. I'll
shower this beautiful woman with compliments nonstop.
Oh well. Well, the thing is, I think a big part of it too is that you have been doing your job for years, and you're very good at it. That's why there are people watching and interacting right now. And I am kind of just moonlighting a little bit, and I don't have your skill set, so I worry about my ability to keep the show going, to be entertaining, to actually talk through what I'm thinking about before I do it. Those are things I'm trying to work on. Like I've done some. I've recorded myself playing some games to practice how to talk through games. Because I take it seriously, and I want to be better at it as far as, being useful to you on your channel.
Yeah, I think that's, first of all, I appreciate you taking it seriously as a thing that does require like a little bit of skill and practice, because I think it's very easy to underestimate it. And I think a lot of people don't really view it as anything. But first of all, just like being good at games alone is not necessarily easy. But being good at games and being conversational and being able to sort of like explain and model the process of solution making and solution implementation, especially at high speeds sometimes, that shit is like actually legitimately difficult. So thank you for taking it seriously, and also thank you for saying that I'm good at it, which I think is really being belied by what everybody can see on their screens right now.
I think you're demonstrating that you're good at it. That's what I think. And yeah, I mean, you're obviously. I mean, before we went on our first date, I looked at your channel. So I was like, okay, she's good at this. This must be someone. This is someone I will try to sleep with. So it worked out okay.
Okay, yeah. So YouTube got me laid at least once, and that's I think that makes it all worth it. I'm doing so badly, sweetie.
You're doing fine. You got one more race left, right?
Yeah, I might be behind by too much to win. I think even if I get first place here, I'm not going to win.
So I did not realize when we started this.
Yeah.
That the entire stream was going to be Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed.
I tried to tell you.
You did. I was like, I should probably just go through a couple races.
This is the last track. I've, at this point, shown you all of the tracks. That was my goal.
Okay.
So this one is another sort of like Rainbow Road kind of vibe with no railings. Oh no! That was a really bad time to get hit by a remote. Somebody targeted me for destruction.
I like when they put you back on the track, they show you the logo, so you remember what game you're playing. Oh yeah, that's right, I couldn't fall off the track. It's very helpful.
Now see, this is one area where I feel like the Mario Karts have an edge, is that you don't just get teleported back onto the track in Mario Kart. Lakitu comes and picks you up from wherever you fell and puts you back on the track. And I think they should have Ristar do that.
Well, you know what they do? They have Ristar reach in with his arms.
Right, exactly.
To snap you back to the track. Because here's the thing about Ristar. Ristar is amazing. It is like one of my favorite Genesis games. I didn't play it until, I got the Sega collection on the PlayStation machine. But it's legitimately such a good game with such clever mechanics and such good level design. It's the only ice level I've ever enjoyed. So use those stretchy arms. It's really actually upsetting to me that all the kind of reboots that they've done, let's do a retro Sonic, let's bring back Nintendo's let's bring back Kid Icarus and whatnot. They have not brought back Ristar. Because I'm not the only one who likes Ristar.
No, and Ristar's a legitimately like really cool character. I will say this: Ristar's ability set might have a hard time translating into 3D.
Well, yeah. So you just do, but I'm talking about like
Yeah, so just make 2D games, right?
Yeah, because there's like a 2D retro platformer downloadable game, like little mini renaissance there for a while, with a bunch of nostalgia cash-ins, and you're gonna do that anyway. Bring back my boy. Cornflakes is saying WTF is Ristar.
We have time.
Oh, okay.
We'll play a little bit of Ristar.
Oh, you are so sweet to me. That's the sweetest thing you've ever done for me.
Yeah, I have Ristar is on the Genesis Master Drive collection thingy.
And I remember the music from Ristar being like pretty rad cool, too. Pretty rad cool.
You certainly sound like a child of the 90s. Can everybody tell how hard this is?
I can.
This track is a fucking nightmare.
I mean, see, you have me play games where I can't control where things are going. Like you had me play that one with the spaceship.
One with the
Like,
spaceship. Oh, Outer
nice,
Wilds.
Yeah, the nice aliens.
Yes, Outer
And
Wilds.
you had me play the Sayonara Wild Hearts, which was very fast. And I did do better. We did complete that one, but so like I'm aware of how hard those games are, and you are playing this much better than I would. I would have no, and you're playing it at a disadvantage. You're playing on a keyboard.
You're trying to trash talk right now. This is a thing of Amabel's that she loves to do, where she makes fun of me for playing on a keyboard on all video games, most of which benefit from being played with a keyboard. But in this one instance, you actually are correct. This game would be easier with a stick, because this game has actual three-dimensional actual analog movement. Absolutely, it would be better to play it with a stick. But my 8-bit dough is in that room with you, and I didn't want to get up.
I could have brought it to you. That's okay.
I think that was like a consistent 7th place across the whole Grand Prix. Terrible stuff. This is what happens when you play it on the highest difficulty. It's actually very difficult. And these tracks are not simple. All right, 6th. I got 6th. That's not even top half. I got embarrassed by Alex Kidd, of all people.
Sweetheart, one time I ran for office.
I remember this.
And I placed 6th.
That is a little harsher in political contests than it is in a 10-person Grand Prix. I'll say that. Look at Alex Kidd there. Look how sad he looks to still have placed better than I did. The Pyro from TF2 was the winner.
Well, yeah, because he knows.
The classic Sega stuff right here.
Yeah.
Let me zoom out to see Wreck-It Ralph, and that should be the stream thumbnail.
Okay.
That's what's happening today. That's the thumbnail for my life. So yeah, then it does. There's a the same tracks arranged in different cups, and then there's of course a mirror mode, which is a longtime classic of the genre. What if the same tracks, but you turned the other way, right? Right?
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and put gas up for a second while I maneuver us out of this and into the other thing. And we can wrap up the stream looking at the brilliance of Ristar while we talk about the end. It's the end of stream time, Amabel.
That's right. That's when we talk about things that we've
So I hope everybody enjoyed that like 2-hour look at Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed, which is my favorite kart racer and probably my favorite Sega game. Although, there's the original Toe Jam and Earl is a strong competitor as well.
Yeah. What is Toe Jam and Earl?
That's not real. That's not real.
I know it's a game that you like, and I know that it's a roguelike, but I don't really know anything else about it.
Okay, well, it's not a roguelike in the... Okay.
It's not a roguelike?
No, because I would... All right, we've had this argument. Every time you talk about roguelikes and roguelites, you got to define your terms, right? Roguelike means like rogue. Toe Jam and Earl is a real-time... It's not... because it doesn't have turn-based, grid-based movement, I would say it's not a roguelike. But it's not a roguelite either because it doesn't have a any kind of meta progression system.
Okay,
It's just a game that's kind of similar to those games, kind of, in the sense that it features like an early form of procedural generation. And anyway, this is the Sega Mega Drive Genesis Classics.
Oh, there's quite a few games here.
There's some good shit. There's some classic shit. Comic Zone, not good necessarily, but famous.
Oh, Decap Attack.
Decap Attack, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Dynamite Heady, one of my favorite
Dynamite Heady's a lot too, yeah.
of the system. Fatal Labyrinth, Flicky, fucking arcade classics right there.
Flicky.
Couple of
I'm sorry.
Amabel.
Flicky's bad. It's a bad game.
Flicky's fine. Some of the best RPGs: Shining Force 2, Phantasy Star, all of the Phantasy Stars except the first one, which I think is the correct call. Gunstar Heroes.
Okay, Gunstar Heroes is good. I like that on a lot.
Straight up, for real, best action game of the generation. Gunstar Heroes is better than Super Mario. Better than Super Mario World? Maybe.
I mean,
it's good.
Both
the Toe Jam and Earls, despite the fact that the second one sucks. Both the Vector Mans, despite the fact that both of them suck.
Both of them suck, yeah.
The Genesis port of Virtua Fighter 2, which is a fully 2D fighting game. Wonder Boy 3, of course. But the man, the boy, the one we're all here to see.
Okay,
Let's check out Ristar.
that.
Look at this shit. Look at this geomorphism. So, Amabel, end of the stream.
Yeah.
What's some media that you've been into? What is a thing that you've been digging or enjoying or having an interesting time with the last week here?
Okay, so I've kind of just been kind of repeating myself, and I've been refreshing myself on some Godzilla movies.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I saw you were watching the original Godzilla the other day.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't see the original Godzilla very often. It's like, the best of that first sequence of movies, but it's not really the thing that I come to Godzilla for.
Mm-hmm.
Someone says, time to talk about Last Year at Merry and Bad. I've seen Last Year at Merry and Bad, but I have not seen it recently. So I've just been watching Godzilla stuff, and just I've been working a lot more lately, so I've been kind of stuck with that. I don't have anything like new. Like I wish I I can tell you about this new movie I saw. But I haven't been. I'm watching a lot of Tekken.
Okay, that counts. Tekken's media.
Tekken's media.
If cookies are media, Tekken's media.
Wait, are cookies media?
Jenny Nicholson says so, and that is good enough for me.
Okay.
God damn, bird enemy. You know what?
You don't need to.
Fuck this. What? I don't need to what? Say it.
You don't need to take care of that enemy.
Take me to the stars.
I love the way the arm wiggles very good. Okay, so
Yeah.
someone says cookies only meat if you take over 4 hours to eat them. I don't. I think I haven't seen the whole video because you were already watching it when I.
Yeah.
But there are people I can trust to do a 4-hour video. I don't have any problem with that. What have you been watching?
Well, one thing definitely is
Or reading, or
the same Tekken you've been watching. Combo Breaker, right? Is this weekend.
yeah.
We watched some of the group stages. I'm trying to do the jumping diagonal arms, and I'm having a hard time. I want to get up there and get that chest, but I'm going to give up on it for right now.
Okay.
So yeah, Tekken, we're going to watch the top 8 of Combo Breaker, and I'm excited about that. Tekken 8 seems like it's in a really fun place, and I am basically just like waiting for you to be able to play it to get into it myself, because you're my Tekken partner.
Yeah, I need a computer that will run it, and I don't have the money for that at this moment.
Oh,
See, look how cool that is!
I didn't do the thing right.
That's okay, it was still cool.
It was still cool. I mean, this is basically Ristar. You're getting sort of the full thing here. He's a little guy. He's got stretchy arms. He grab a thing, he slam his face against a thing, or he bring himself through the thing.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Hey, so let me ask you about something that I know So I've listened to, and I think you've also listened to.
Yeah, I was gonna. This is where I was going. This was my next thing.
Okay, well then
You're talking about
it.
talking about the new Black Dresses album, I assume.
Yeah.
Laughing Fish. I heard a little bit of it in the car. If I'm honest, I was not paying the most attention, and I was also sleepy.
Yeah.
I know me sleepy in the car. Who could have foreseen this? But I did give it a whole listen through last night while I was writing stuff, and I love Black Dresses. To be clear, I am not trying to besmirch one of the most beloved acts of our people, but I don't know. Laughing Fish, it's the funny thing I'm going to say is I think I'm finding Laughing Fish to be less appealing than like Forever in Your Heart, which is the sort of like the gold standard for me, because it's a little bit less abrasive.
Okay.
I did not do a good job there. I came through way too low. You get way more points if you go off screen higher.
Yeah.
But this is Ristar. This is the thing. This is the thing that we were talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has a much more. It has like I don't know how much attention you've been paying to Ada's sort of like solo and side project stuff. I know you like Debbie's music a lot more generally.
Yeah, I like Girls Ritual a lot more. She does under that.
Yeah, Ada Rook's sort of solo projects and the things she did with Ash Storm, whatever his name is, the Angel Electronics. Like, she's definitely been in a much more sort of like much more of the pop side of noise pop kind of place, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I think that comes through a lot on Laughing Fish, and I don't know if I like it. It's not as I'm so bad at video games all of a sudden. Why can I not jump? I am so okay. Press the button before you leave the platform. I think I need to grab that enemy.
You need to grab that bird, yeah.
Huh. Hooray,
Yeah,
a gem.
So for me with Black Dresses, the first time I listened to one of their albums, I tend to be like not have much. I have to listen to it multiple times to sort of get stuff out of it and to get into it, because it generally is a more abrasive kind of music than I'm used to. The first time you played,
and it's dense stuff for sure.
Yeah, which is what you really like, that kind of stuff in music. Like the way I gently, lovingly joked about it is that you need songs to have 12 melodies at once. And
yeah, I listen to a lot of denser metal, like power metal, and hip hop with denser production, especially like bassier production and stuff. But also, I listen to a lot of like sort of folk music-y kind of, Brown Bird, and it's not always like that. It's not like I can't enjoy a simpler thing. And I do like, the music on Angel Electronics for the most part. I don't know. Yeah. I'm much more of a fan of like the sound of that solo album she did with the really long name. Angel Death killed the one with Vanish Doom
Yeah.
on it. Vanish Doom is fucking like extremely rad.
Yeah.
If all this blathering convinces you to try some transsexual noise metal kind of stuff, the thing I would recommend, like the first track I would recommend is check out Vanish Doom. Some of you in the audience will understand the reference, and yeah, go from there. My personal taste.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like the last album of the album before the Forever in Your Heart.
Yeah, Forever in Your Heart is for sure my favorite Black Dresses thing.
Though I also like Love and Affection.
Excuse me, what album is that? What are you talking about?
Love and Affection for Stupid Little Bitches.
Thank you. Please say the full title.
So the really, like we were talking about before, it's like as far as the solo stuff goes, I'm the stuff that Debbie McCallions released under Girls Rituals is really my jam, and it is a lot more poppy, but kind of in a, I think you described it as kind of being like kind of shitposty.
Yes, it is definitely shitpost pop.
Yeah, which is more my vibe, I guess.
And yeah, Power Mac is 100% correct in the chat. It is like a Tribe Called Quest, and also a pimp named Slickback.
What is a Tribe Called Quest?
Well, a Tribe Called Quest is a legendary hip hop group. This particular thing is a reference to a thing that happened in an episode of The Boondocks, which I know you haven't seen any of. What? I am bad at Ristar.
No, I've seen some Boondocks.
Really?
I used to read the comic strip.
Okay, well, I know you read the comic strip, but
yeah,
that's
but I've seen
different.
some. I haven't seen a lot of it.
Okay.
It wasn't on the air for very long, doesn't feel like.
Well, I don't think there's a ton of it. I believe I've seen every episode, but it's been a while. Oh my god. Amabel,
Sweetie.
what happened to video games? Why did I get bad at them? I mean, I guess I was pretty bad at the one that I was playing before. If my final placement is to anything to judge by, here we go. I want to face this way.
Oh, can we boss fight after this? Are we going to play through the boss fight?
Height bonus 0. Actual 0. Okay, here we go. Boss area. Riho is coming. Getting some nice light parallax.
Hip-hop Rex.
Yeah. So like,
hip-hop, what's some of your Rex?
So like, this is not necessarily the most musically complex shit, but like the number one on my list is for sure Aesop Rock, which I know like marks me as a certain kind of smark, I guess, but like, listen, I really like Aesop Rock. I like a lot of LP's production in general. I think that LP himself makes a lot of great albums. I Run the Jewels is all right. But I like a lot of LP's like earlier solo stuff. In particular, I'll Sleep When You're Dead and Fantastic Damage are excellent. I like Bus Driver a lot. So I definitely am a little bit of a sucker for just like, hey, what if you said a lot of words really fast? And I know that's kind of there's sort of a community stereotype about that. And I just am that sucker.
Have you listened to POS much?
POS. I don't know if I know POS.
Well, we'll see if Andra can give us more information.
Oh no! Little monkey, if you get caught by the wizard, the little monkey guy comes out and smacks you. There we go. I have saved you, wizard, from the corrupting influence of this Grima worm-tongue-ass monkey. Woo!
So POS apparently is the same kind of ballpark as Aesop Rock.
Okay, I'm not familiar. Look at that. Look what a good job I did.
You
To
did a
outer-
really good job.
To
Oh,
outer
this is
space
rad.
with us.
I love this music. I love the.
Yeah, and he's a star, so he's just shooting star from planet to planet. Ristar's fucking rad.
Yeah.
Thanks. I did not do great. I do not deserve that, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
I think we're about coming to the.
I think we're about done. Yeah, I think we're
Yeah. So
at
we'll
the end here.
talk about something else next time.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that I've been very into this week? Wait, back out of Ristar. Look at this little fighting face. He's ready to rumble. This thing is weird, huh? This thing with like your whole fake room and your fake posters and
Yeah.
what a strange way to deliver this product.
There is.
You know what I
one
wish
more-
I was. You know what I wish I was engaging with, and it's driving me crazy that I can't. Honestly, like, I want to see. I saw the TV glow so badly. Like I am like overjoyed that Jane Schoenbrunn is getting their flowers. The people are digging the new movie. You know, it's got a more sort of like Hollywood cast. Justice Smith is in it, and I love We're All Going to the World's Fair so much. Absolutely one of my favorite films of all time. And this, it sounds like this is kind of in the same vein. It's sort of like is one thing that really sticks with you, and it's, but it's a thing that, in my experience, cis people in the audience, I'm not speaking ill of you, but in my experience, like every person that I've told to watch that movie, it has deeply affected all of the trans ones, and all of the cis people has basically just slid off of. They're like, yeah, I guess I don't know. It didn't really make me feel anything. It sounds like I Saw the TV Glow is hitting a much wider swath of people, but the fact that it's doing well in theaters is keeping it in theaters. And I want it to come to streaming so I can see it, because I still don't want to go to the theater because I still have a compromised immune system, and I'm very afraid of COVID still.
Understandably. Andrew asks if you like clipping, which I know you do, but
yes,
I'll let you answer that.
Yeah. Clipping for sure. Fucking what's it? Blood of the Wolf. The whole Addiction to Blood album is incredible. Yeah, huge fan of clipping. I can't remember the full name of that album. It's
There existed an addiction?
And yes, and there existed an Addiction to Blood. Yeah. I dig horrorcore rap, but a lot of it also is so fucking stupid. It's a real problem. Like people just get really done with it, and that can be fun. But also sometimes it can be, and I apologize in advance to any juggalos in the audience, but also sometimes it can be ICP, and that's less fun. Listen, I'm from Southeast Michigan, okay? I'm from where the Fago is from. I know all about ICP. I have, and for the record, I'm not saying anything bad about juggalos. I have known a number of juggalos in my life. I went to school with some juggalos. I've had friends who were juggalos. Every juggalo I've ever personally known has been like top shelf, like absolutely rad people. But holy shit, I hate ICP's music. I hate it so much. And because I've been friends with juggalos, I've had to listen to it on so many occasions. And it is all just so bad.
I mean, I get it. I there's a lot of stuff I have to listen to or watch that is
Oh yeah? Where's that coming from? Amabel, what are you trying to say?
Not you, sweetheart.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, thank you for joining us.
Oh man, we have some good Fago too. I wish we had some. I wish I knew more than one place where we could get peach Fago around here. Because the corner store, the party store have the good Fagos, but they also charge more than I would like for them. Sorry, I'm interrupting your outro. We were doing the outro.
No, that's okay.
I'm gonna turn the outro music back on.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not gonna turn. Hold on, I'm not gonna turn the outro music back on. I'm gonna just start up Toe Jam and Earl. This could be our outro music.
Okay.
Extremely classic. Okay, so yeah, that's I think sort of what we've been into. Listen, I've been playing a lot of video games. I've been working a lot. The media I've been into, you can mostly check out on the channel. We put out some hours this week, and next week is not going to be any different. I think we're doing the thing, and for real. Check it out. You know, I don't usually do this, but like, subscribe, donate to the Patreon / the Ko-fi. They can't mean it to be coffee, right? It's K-O and then a hyphen. I hate the names of all services in this day and age. And you know what we'll do a stream where we talk about like horror / hip hops, like these other types of media that we like. I think at some point, I don't really have an idea of how we want to tackle that yet exactly, but I definitely just want to like talk about media and what people are into and have people share stuff in the chat, because that's a great way for people to find more stuff that they love. Yeah, so we'll do some of that. Anyway, that's gonna be it for us today. Thank you all so much for watching. Please support the channel in any way you can, and we're gonna do another one of these next week as best we are aware. You know, roughly same bat time, approximately same bat channel. Scottish Juggalos do sound truly cursed. I wonder if the music would sound good if you said it if you rapped it in a Scottish accent, though. Anyway, we'll see you later.
Bye.